Hey ladies and gents, we are back with some World of Warships and we are playing the Graf Spee. It has been a shitty weekend for Zem with World of Warships. I went 6 for 20. Ay, ay, ay. And it's pretty much been every game exactly like this. The Graf Spee is the Tier 6 premium cruiser for the German line. Laid down in 1932, commissioned in 1936. She was unusual in the fact that she carried 6 11-inch guns on essentially a cruiser frame. One that was only around 16,000 tons fully loaded. She was expected to be around 10,000 tons to abide by the end of World War I treaties, all that kind of stuff. So they kind of just, what do you want to call it, squeaked her in there. She was dubbed a pocket battleship by the Allies because of her large armaments, which was, like I said, 6 11-inch guns. She was expected to be a commerce raider, which she did for a short amount of time in 1939, until she was eventually cornered by 3 British cruisers and was forced to make port in South America, where she was, of course, eventually scuttled because of politics. Essentially, they couldn't let her stay for more than 3 days, and she had to sail out and most likely meet up with, once again, the 3 cruisers that she had already battled with. She had wrecked them both, all 3 of them, pretty hard. She herself was pretty beat up and was in no position. So she sailed out into the River Plate and was scuttled by her captain. All the men were, of course, off the boat, as well as her captain. Her captain ended up committing suicide a couple days later. So an interesting ship for the most part. In World of Warships, this is one of my favorite ships to play, especially if you run into a bunch of cruisers, because this thing just eats cruisers, enemy cruisers, quite nicely. I think they sometimes forget that these are 11-inch guns and not your typical 5, 6, 7, or even 8-inch guns that you normally see on cruisers. There's my first target, the Nuremberg. Switch to AP. However, 11-inch guns on these do not work the best, and they have a really shitty dispersion on them, and a relatively long load time of about 20 seconds. All right, Mr. Nuremberg is up next. Let's see here if we can pick him off. Should be easily be able to overmatch. I've had the Nuremberg. That thing is a fucking floating citadel. It's going to get citadeled from the front, back, rear, wherever that you shoot it at. I just need to hit that belt. All right, dispersion once again, not my friend. All right, somebody hit him pretty hard. Let's see if here we can get a little bit closer here. So now this game is going to turn rather crappy rather fast, and hence the title of the deal. What the fuck? Do you want to win or not? And this was I made a bad play or two here. There we go, got the citadel on him. But the 2 battleships, actually the 2 battleships here at the end of the battle is going to be fairly interesting. Now, the 11-inch guns against other battleships, unless you get a complete right angle on them, they were usually ricochet. They're just not big enough to do much damage. Occasionally you'll get a nice 5,000 damage hit or something like that, but most of the time they just ricochet, so that's why I'm turning to HE shells here against the Fuso. Now they've taken B, we've got C, and we've lost 2 destroyers. Well, which isn't exactly the best. Now, and this is one of those games where you just gotta go. Have you ever played a destroyer before? Because typically shooting at ships, or battleships, I guess you want to call it, isn't the best option. Isn't always the best. Doesn't work the best. Maybe that's the word for it here. All right, Mr. Fuso. I'm going to get around the other island here. I'm going to start turning away here. I got an inbound battleship here, so we're going to use him as bait. So the Perth finishes off the Leander, so we're at 2-2 right now. And we just picked up A. So we're AC, and they have B. Here comes Mr. Fuso. We're going to wait till he fires here, and then we're going to drop some HE on those motherfuckers. Well, sounds big and bad with 11-inch guns, but sadly they don't really do. They don't do as much damage as you think they're going to. I still like this ship. It does fairly well against its own tier, even one tier above. when it comes to slapping cruisers with those 11-inch shells. All right. Come on. I mean, the intention of this was kind of a mini battle cruiser. It did not. It had decent speed at 28.3 knots. That's its historical speed. It was built to be able to either outfight or outrun whatever it ran into. Very similar idea behind the battle cruiser. But this being even smaller than your typical battle cruiser. No, we just did the one where I played with the hood. Being that this was only about 600 feet long, another one being 800 feet long. Yeah, it would have been an interesting fight between the two of them. All right, the Fuso, and being the hood was actually significantly faster than this Graf Spee. However, as a commerce trader, it worked out quite well. I do believe they ended up taking around 8 ships. I think they took down about 8 ships before they were brought to heel by the Royal Navy. All right, so we get one nice HE shell into the Fuso. We got him on fire, and we're going to spin back around here. Now the Kamikaze is headed into. All right, Mr. Fuso, where are you going? He's headed straight out. Eee. Whoops. Sorry, Mr. Rock. Fuck. All right, looking for the Fuso. What's he up to? There he is. Come on, HE shells. Let's see if we can get Mr. Fuso. Yep, those look good. Maybe all 3 of them? Ooh. 1 penetration, 1 ricochet. He's almost dead here. And I breach it. I had a plan for this. But, yeah. Kind of, maybe. Alright, let's see if we can get one more. And there goes our first contestant in the Gade. That's one of the reasons why you don't shoot at battleships when you only have a couple thousand health. They have really shitty accuracy, but eventually they're going to hit you if you dick around too long. Now our Kamikaze is in B. They've taken C. And we are down 2 ships. Not too bad. However, their carrier is still here. Now, the 2 battleships that are currently with me, there's one to the east of me here on the 4 line. These guys are full health for the most part. So I'm not thinking it's looking too bad. They have four destroyers left. We have 1, and they also have their carrier, which means there's not a whole lot of stealth going to be going on here. All right, so there's the West Virginia. He's got 52,300. We got the other 2, the Haruna, I believe, and the yeah, I think all 3 of these guys are close to full health. So, and I'm sitting at full health too as well. So we have 4 full health ships here. Yep, the Haruna's at 40,000. Not quite full health, but he's not looking too shabby here. So we're going to try to get around the corner here and see what we can do about keeping this objective. If we can keep the objective rolling and not lose any more ships, which, considering the health here, shouldn't be too bad. Now here is, like I said, with the whole title of the what the fuck, do you want to win or not, is the fact that, you know, they absolutely, I mean, I get it. Everybody hates CVs, but we have not been bothered by them yet. However, one of our, even possibly 2 of our battleships really must not like them. Alright, so we got the Furataka on the way in here. I think that might be just a little too far. We're going to try to get in here close enough there to help out the Kamikaze. I'm going to turn on all my consumables, and we're going to see if we can keep this destroyer alive as long as we can. Alright. Now, I'm not terribly sure. Alright, Furataka, give me some side action here, buddy. Alright, there's the T-22. He is going to hopefully die. Get 1 shell in there for 840. There's the, never mind. The Ranger finishes off the T-22. Alright, we're going to wait for him to turn a little bit here. Come on, Furataka, you want to turn? He's turning. There you go, buddy. Give me that nice fat broadside. And let's see if we get a nice Citadel. There we go. 8,400 on the Furataka. Alright, he's sitting at 30,000. He's burning. We got to make sure we really want him not to take this objective here. Now, the West Virginia... I was going to try to go straight for that objective here, which I'm going to do anyway. The West Virginia is too busy doing whatever he's doing here. He is headed straight that way. About that time, here comes... Yep. All right, let's see if we can get one popped over top of this. Oh, I should have aimed up just a little bit here, and it probably would have ended the Furataka. Now, we've lost the B objective, unfortunately. And we got an inbound... something. Yeah. We need to take this a B objective. Unfortunately, like I said, we have... Our only eyes, really, honestly, at this point, is to the south of us. And there we go. The Haruna takes out the Furataka. Now we got the New York, the Haruna, and they are headed south. South. Okay. All right. So, about that time, here comes the other destroyer, which I thought. Now, at this point, I'm thinking to myself, all right, we got to save this carrier. We got to have some eyes here. The cast that comes around, I should have switched. This is where I should have made my mistake about which destroyer I was going to go after. The Casta finishes off the kamikaze, and unfortunately, the one battleship continues to go. Two battleships continue to go. They are chasing. The Haruna, I think, is chasing that carrier, CV. Once again, I'm not going to knock him for doing it, but once again, we're trying to win here. We're not out for blood here. So he's got one inbound destroyer currently on his position. I got this guy coming in here. He's full health. Going for the Ranger. All right, he's dropped torpedoes, so we got a little bit of time here. Let's see if we can make a shot in on him. Ooh, just got the front set up right now. And we hit him for 1,056. And we set him on fire. He's put it out right away. The carrier is doing somewhat of a job trying to stop him. Or slow him down, I guess. Alright, let's see if we can get that shot in there. How did that miss? There we go. Taking out his torpedo tubes. Carrier's still got him with the planes. Now, I'm not terribly sure. Those are rocket planes. If he's having trouble with them or what. Alright, trying to get around the corner here on the Gnevny. Not happening. Now, in my ignorance of not paying attention here, I did not realize that the battleships were continuing on their southern journey to... For some reason. They are headed south. They are interested in something other than... There's the Gnevny. Alright, there's one set. Set him on fire with that one. And that one, kinda maybe. 1,056. He is not burning anymore. Unfortunately, he finishes off our CV. Alright, mister. Let's see here. There's two more shells into him. 848. 2 penetrations for 848. Yep, love that. Do set him on fire, though. Come on, Ranger, finish him there. No, misses. Misses the destroyer. Okay, the 3 to the... So they are... Not sure what they're up to. What is that? What is that? Just a little too far to the right. Alright. Let's see if we can get that second set of turns back around here. He is... Looks like he's hurting pretty bad. He's not outrunning me. And I'm only going 27 knots. So, let's see here. There we go. Come on! Wow! Wow, RNG. You are my favorite person in the whole world. Now, about that time, it looks like, I think it was the West Virginia, at least realized that we needed to take this objective. It's 7:55, and we miss. We miss! Alright, one more time. One more chance. There we go. Finish off him. We're going to slow down here. He's probably launched torpedoes. Now, the 1941 has kind of realized that, I think. New York, not sure where he's headed. He is currently headed to the islands. There. Apparently the one plane scared the shit out of him. And the Japanese guy, he is headed for the C objective, which is on the other side of the map. New York's not in a position to do anything. So is the Virginia. He is at least headed into the cap. This is kind of what I was expecting, that one of them would have turned around and gone into the cap as I chased that destroyer down. Maybe I should have just let him run away and screw the carrier, but I also didn't want to lose A objective. That's what it really sucked. So we're at 721, 730. Completely flobbed that shot. And we got 2 full health battleships left. We have 3 full health battleships left. By the gods of RNG, we should be able to possibly swing this. New York is finally coming back. He, however, is on the other side of the wrong side of the island. Yeah, there's the Koenig. I need to get into this battle here, because about that time, here comes the destroyer, the last destroyer on the enemy team. He is inbound to the West Virginia. The West Virginia is not really paying attention, I don't think. And he's going to get deleted. However, if you've noticed to the south, our New York has now turned the other direction and is headed the opposite side of the islands, the one that we don't need. Let's see, let's try a little bit of AP there. We do get a penetration. The Koenig is a tier 5, so it's not too bad. All right, let's punch one set of torpedoes out there. Waiting for the rest of our reload here. I should have just stayed with AP because he just given me somewhat of a broadside. But no. Shoulda, woulda. All right, let's put the HE in there. We're gonna set him on fire. Now I'm needing help here, boys. I need help. I need help. There is the Acasta. I should have just shot at him, but I'd stopped. I figured, let's see if we can get the Koenig finished off here. I still have most of my health. I have a heal up yet. Now I'm on fire because everybody's firing HE at me. Okay. We get the heal running. Let's see here if we can do something with that. Koenig. Cruiser. Nope, come on. Come on, New York. New York. New York. Help me! Help on me! New York. New York. Remember, he's full health too now. Alright, so the Koenig, he's going to make this a little bit easier for me. He decides at 2.3 kilometers to make a run at me. That's alright. We're going to try to turn around. And everybody's shooting ADH at me, so I'm not terribly worried about losing to a Citadel, essentially. We're going to nail him for... There we go. We finish him off and put us out of... the Casta. He's at 5640. Nope. Now I'm thinking I'm going to go after him, and about that time, here comes the Texas. If I would have turned away at that moment, I think I would have been alright. However, his HE hurts just as much as the destroyer does, so we need to get out of this situation here. Alright, around the corner we go. And apparently he has some frickin' ridiculously good... Yeah. Look at that. Set on fire again. New York. Please, New York. Help me. Help me. Help me. I didn't want to use that right off the bat here. So we are sitting roughly about that much. Alright, let's see if we can get one more shell in here before I die. One more HE to the Texas. And there we go. So yeah. 6 for 20. It was one of those days in World of Warships. New York is still not carrying one iota. 816, 922, 29 seconds left. There she goes. See you later, Graf. That's alright. We picked her up in the next game and we had a pretty good game. We did win that one. However, it was the rest of the games. Now, they're still chasing that. He's almost caught the carrier. Kind of. So, have a good night, guys, and thanks for watching another wonderful day in the World of Warships.